Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Aldine and today we'll be discussing alternative therapies for borderline personality disorder or BPD. While traditional therapies such as talk therapy and medication can be effective, there are several other treatment methods that are very helpful, and I can personally attest to this. So in today's video, we're going to explore some of these alternative therapies. I'll be speaking about some that I've personally tried, and wow, I'm so happy that I did try them because they have helped me greatly. And that is the reason why I decided to create this video, to share some of these treatment options that have helped me so much in hopes that they will be as helpful to you as they have been to myself. Additionally, I'll be discussing some other treatment options that I haven't tried, but I have done research on and found that they are very effective as well. So that being said, let's dive in. All right, so the first alternative therapy that we're going to discuss is schema therapy. Now, I know many of you may have not heard of this therapy, but it is very effective, and this was a treatment I was introduced to when I was first diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Now, the wonderful lady that introduced me to this, I would say that she basically saved my life. I was at rock bottom and I didn't know why I did the things I did or what caused me to do the things I did till I started doing this therapy. And let me give you a brief explanation of what it is. So, schema therapy is a combination of CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, attachment theory, and Gestalt therapy. So what it revolves around is that you develop certain patterns or schemas, as they're known, in early childhood when your needs are unmet. So because your needs are unmet, you develop certain coping styles to try to compensate for this. And this creates schemas or the patterns. So examples of schemas are mistrust abuse schema, which is my strongest, and I'm guessing many persons with borderline personality disorder would have this as their strongest one because, as many of you may know, BPD stems mainly from persons who have been abused. So the mistrust abuse schema, it makes you have a lack of trust, as the name suggests, a lack of trust. And there are several other schemas like this. So how this therapy works is that it teaches you to identify these patterns. And when you identify these patterns, you are then able to change them. Because when you notice them, you can then change them. And this is where the CBT comes in because it teaches you based on your emotions. When you feel that negative emotion, you stop and think and say, wow, why is this causing this negative emotion in me? And then you realize that it's most likely one of your schemas. And then you think about it. What's causing this schema? And then the therapy teaches you methods to change your thought process, to look at things in different, more positive ways. And eventually over time, you will change your behaviors because, as you know, habits are formed when you continuously do things. So as we continuously manipulate our thoughts into more positive thoughts, the schemas begin to change and your patterns and behavior begin to change. And this particular therapy I can speak to personally. I have been doing it since 2012 and I am a much, much better person for it. If you had met me in 2012, I couldn't be doing this video. I was a total wreck. It has changed me. It has helped me to have better relationships. But anyway, let me not get into this because there are many other therapies, but I'm going to put a link to this particular therapy so you can get some more information on it in the description below. And we're going to move on from here. All right, so the next form of alternative therapy that has been really helpful for me is mindfulness-based therapy. Now, this form of therapy centers around mindfulness and meditation. To put it in simple words, it revolves around being in the now, focusing on being in the present. As you may know, persons like myself with BPD our emotions rule us. And this is because we're always thinking about things that have happened in the past and then worrying about things that are going to happen in the future. So these things control our emotions. But if you center yourself on the present moment, if you focus on the present, then you won't have reason to get emotional because you're in the present moment. And the way that I do this is by focusing on my breath. And I think this is the main way that people practice mindfulness, because when you breathe in and out and just focus on that, first of all, deep breaths calms you. That's the first thing. So if you're in an emotional state, just the fact that you're doing deep breaths, and I should mention that you should do deep breaths from your diaphragm. This is most effective, or deep belly breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth in a sigh like this. And do that a couple times. And if you're feeling angry or you're feeling aggressive or any negative mood, that will calm you and snap you back to the present. And you just focus on your breath. And this will keep you grounded and in the present moment. There are also other ways of doing mindfulness, such as you could just focus on something nearby, like if a painting is there, just keep your mind focused on that and block out everything else. And also you could focus on your feet in the ground, that they also refer to this as grounding. So this has been super helpful for me because I used to be lost in my thoughts all the time, and that causes nothing but trouble because as a person with BPD, most of your thoughts are negative, which is what causes these spiraling emotions. So this one I highly recommend as well. All right, with that, let's move on to some other options. Now, these options I haven't tried myself, but I did research and many people have commented on their effectiveness. So I wanted to share them with you as well. The next form of alternative therapy we're going to discuss is dialectical behavioral therapy, or DBT. Now, this therapy was created specifically for persons with borderline personality disorder. And what's really great about this therapy is that it was created by someone who has BPD. And that person is Marsha Linehan. And Marsha Linehan is a psychologist, but also someone with BPD. So it definitely addresses all the issues that persons face with BPD because she herself faced them. So she looked at it both from an angle of someone with BPD and someone who was treating a person with BPD. So based on reviews that I've read on it, it has helped many people. It is based on 4 core skills. And these skills are mindfulness, which I previously discussed, emotional regulation, which is learning to manage your emotions, distress tolerance, which is learning how to cope with pain in a positive way, and finally, interpersonal effectiveness. So that's learning how to build healthy relationships, learning how to manage your boundaries, and so on. Now, I don't have any personal experience with this particular therapy, but based on what I've researched, it involves sessions with a therapist as well as group sessions where you learn coping skills. Based on reviews, I would recommend this as well. It seems very effective, so check it out. The final treatment option I'll be discussing is not exactly a therapy per se, but it's been so helpful to me, I couldn't complete this video without adding it in. And it's natural supplements. Now, I know many of you are taking medication, and I'm not saying that you should forego your medicine for natural supplements, but they have been so helpful to me, I recommend trying them. So let me tell you about a few that have been helpful. All right, the first one is ashwagandha. I know it's a weird name, but it's very good. It has helped me to manage my stress and anxiety levels. It is known as an adaptogen. So when your stress levels go up or anxiety levels goes up, it helps to calm you and bring you back down to the level you should be. Another adaptogen is Korean Panax ginseng, and I highly recommend that one as well. It was super helpful during very stressful periods in my life. Apart from that, omega-3 fish oils. These omega-3 fatty acids are very healthy for your brain, and they have been proven to help regulate emotions. Finally, I'm pretty sure many of you have issues with sleep, like I do, because as persons with BPD, we have emotions spiraling through our mind, and before sleep, that's not a good thing. What I've found is very helpful to put me to sleep and it calms my mind is magnesium. So check out a magnesium supplement. This will greatly help your sleep. And with that, I've come to the end of the alternative therapies. I hope that this video has been helpful to you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'll be happy to address them. And if you need any information, my email is in my about info. You can check it out and send me a message. I'll be happy to answer any questions or concerns you may have. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you got any value, please like. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe. Thank you so much and take care till next time. Love and blessings.